Hi, and welcome to part two. My name is Chris Tubby. This is just where I do a bit of analysis just to help you prepare for the week ahead. So before I do that, just the legend so you know exactly what's there. So the black numbers are going to be support and resistance levels based on trend lines. Pink numbers are going to be breakout levels. And claret numbers, they're just going to be horizontal levels where I've identified support or resistance, generally based on double or triple tops or bottoms. So as usual, you're going to start with stocks, US stocks. So here's the Dow daily. As you can see, still in that uptrend. I mean, you know, making record highs again last week. And it's steady. Again, you know, all this excitement around AI, but is it going to get overdone is the big question. So I've got resistance at 39,353 and support at 38,502. With the S&P, similar situation. It's in that uptrend as you would expect. Got resistance at 5126, got support at 4971. And you know, sort of in the next week or two, there's going to be a new S&P index out, which is equal weighted, where every stock of the 500 will have the same impact. So that's going to take away all that massive influence that the Magnificent Seven have actually on the index. Okay, so moving on to Nasdaq daily, got resistance at 18,361. I've got support at 17,425. So again, sort of all that euphoria around AI, Nvidia, just keeping everything strong. It didn't finish at the highs though, just off, but you know, still not a bad performance for sure. But can it sustain it? That's the question. Okay, now we're just going to look at a couple of currencies. So I've added the Fibonacci's onto this one. So I have resistance at 127.11. So obviously this is the pound against the dollar. And I've got support at 125.74. I've added the fibs on there. You know, you can see from them it's sort of it's been rebounding off of that 382 level. That's the blue line, and holding above that. So, well, you know, it's going to be an interesting week. So, Friday is going to be sort of like the biggest day because of the PCE coming out in the US. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so here's the euro against the dollar, and again I've added the fibs on here as well, Fibonacci levels. If you don't know about them, then read up on them or attend one of my TA courses and find out all about them. Very, very useful. And yeah, so here I've got resistance at 108.98. I've got support at 107.23. Sort of the 50, I suppose, is where it's sort of just bouncing around both sides of that. It's going up to test the 382. It's been down to test the golden ratio. So pretty much closed on that 50 level. But we're probably likely to see a breakout by the end of this week, if not. Now, it's been interesting because the dollar really hasn't done that much. It's, you know, been up and down, but a little bit weaker, if anything. Okay, moving on to digital gold, Bitcoin. So here we're just seeing, you know, it's just struggling. It really has been fighting all week. It's been making lower highs all week, as you can see. And, you know, just for me, I just wonder if it's sort of struggling to stay above 50k, I suppose. But, you know, saying that, the halving's out April, and, you know, of course, is that already priced in along with all these ETFs? So, you know, maybe all the good news is out there at the moment, and you know, whether there's just profit taking going on, but you know, we've still got that uptrend, but there's also that resistance line that I've added in as well. So I've got resistance at 54.013, 51.828, and support at 45.579. Now, obviously, I don't expect it to get there anytime soon, but you know, you never know, especially with Bitcoin. So I have added in where that gap is. I'm going to sort of hopefully try and remember to keep adding that in, just so you've got that, because it starts at 42.205 and goes down to 41.395. And you know, gaps do become targets, but sometimes they don't get filled for days, weeks, or even months. So you know, it's not a given that it's going to close that anytime soon. Moving on to gold, again I've had the fibs here. So we came up on Friday to test the 382 level, and it failed there. And as you can see, over the last couple of weeks, it's struggled to get through that. And so I've got resistance at 2082. I've got support at 2001, but then the fibs are in play, especially the 382 at the moment. And last but not least, oil, one of my favourites to trade. So here, just a little bit more sort of ranging, as I sort of mentioned in my part one. Yeah, it's $2.5 range, so there's still plenty of opportunity. But at the moment, we've got resistance at 78.44, support at 72.28, and you know, it's again, it sort of came up, it's tested that 382 level for the fibs, but it's not really comfortable popping too much above it, and it's struggling to get back to $80. But of course, you know, geopolitical situations can change very quickly, and that can have a big impact on oil. So hope you enjoyed this analysis. You know, it's just, as I say, to help you prepare for the week ahead. I do this, I do a daily newsletter as well, so there you're getting updated news on a daily basis, including my views and some trade ideas as well. And of course, it's just crazy at the moment. I just about keep up with the demand for workshops and courses, especially now that I'm doing a much more sort of focused on individuals as one-on-ones, so they're bespoke. I create the course around you if you're interested, rather than it just sort of being generic courses and group courses. I still do the odd group courses in case you're interested, but much more of the things that I do now are one-on-ones. So all the information's on the next slides, and yeah, great. So listen, have a brilliant week trading. Best of luck, and yeah, hope to see you again next week. So just a little heads up on my services. So I offer a daily newsletter that includes global news, headlines, my views. That's a subscription service. I also offer one-day workshops. You know, this helps you to discover if trading could be your next career, or maybe just a secondary income. But you know, the one thing is, because I offer a variety of them, is that I can also just fill in any gaps that you may have with your current trading, or you know, whether it's macro or actual trading skills. And then I offer a 1 week intensive course. You know, that's going to make you feel confident and competent after just 1 week. And you know, that's going to basically give you the foundations on which to build your trading career. You know, I'm going to help you find that inner trader, and that also now includes a free trading challenge. And then there's my Flexi Masterclass. That's 6 weeks of guided learning. But you can spread them out. You don't have to take them all at once. And that does help to accelerate the learning curve. And that's designed to provide you with all the knowledge and trading tools that you're going to need to navigate these markets, and any asset class, whether it's financial, commodity, digital, I'm involved in them all. And as I say, the weeks can be spread out there, and that also includes a free trading challenge. Trader mentoring, so maybe you've already got some experience but you're looking to get to that next level and you're struggling to do that. I offer mentoring by the hour, by the day, or a monthly subscription. It's entirely up to you, but I just want to help you guys to reach that next level time and again. And of course I provide lots of trader educational content, not just to individuals but also to exchanges and brokers. And if you're looking for that funded trading account, so you don't have to risk your capital, then contact me for details. I've got 2 good ones that I use. Okay, so finally, as usual, just ending with a disclaimer. So, if you're already involved, then you'll know this. If not, then please take serious note of this, that trading does involve the risk of loss of capital and it's not suitable for everyone. However, I do hope it is for you. And now, because there's leverage involved from many companies, just be careful because you can lose substantially more than that initial investment. The regulators are a bit more on top of that these days, but even so, just be a bit cautious. Everything that I include in these just purely for educational purposes. I'm not trying to encourage you to trade or invest. That must be your decision. And of course, before you make that decision, you've got to consider the risks involved. And that includes your financial situation, definitely your level of experience, definitely your risk appetite, and of course, only risk capital you're prepared, but more importantly, that you can afford to lose. And if you've got any doubts whatsoever, first of all, think twice before you do it. Speak to a financial advisor. And do that before you risk your capital. I have so many people come to me because they've lost money. I'd rather they come to me and learn how to do it and not lost the money in the first place, because that's just a waste of their savings. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed these, and I'll be doing these on a weekly basis. So I'm going to post the links in places so that you can get to them. My new website will be finished soon, but in the meantime you can reach me at the email address below on all the slides, which is chrisjtubby55@gmail.com. And all I can say is I wish you a wonderful week, best of luck with your trading, and hope to see you again next weekend. Bye for now.